Welcome everyone to today's Introduction to One Degree webinar. My name is Natalia Carrasco. I'm the Head of Community Growth and Marketing here at One Degree. My job is to make sure everyone knows, loves, and takes advantage of One Degree. I'm here with Cheryl Oku from San Mateo County, one of our recent expansions. Cheryl, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name's Cheryl Oku, and I'm a project manager in San Mateo County for the Gate Path program for Help Me Grow.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming, and welcome to One Degree's headquarters. We're so excited to have you here, and we're so excited to have all of you here. Thank you to everyone who's joining from San Mateo County, from Santa Clara County, from our new community in the North Bay, and also I know we have some people participating from Los Angeles, our soon-to-be newest One Degree community family edition. So today we're going to talk a little bit about One Degree in general. We're staying here together. One Degree in general, and then we're going to show you some of the specific features we have for you. And the idea is to give you not an extensive training, but an introduction, so you can start thinking about how can I use One Degree in my own work. We love to plant the seed so you start thinking about how can this benefit you and your clients. The idea is to empower you and all nonprofit professionals and all of our community to have quick access to up-to-date information. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about One Degree, like I was saying, about our features, and also I'm going to tell you about some ways that other organizations are already using One Degree, so you can get an idea of some things. Also, at the end, I'm going to talk to you about Wanda Referrals, our newest tool. I'm not going to go into details because we have a follow-up webinar tomorrow just about Wanda Referrals, which is our newest tool. Through the webinar, please make sure to ask us questions. There's a space on the right where you can put in the chat box and just ask us any questions. We'll address them at the end. Or you can also follow the conversation and send us questions via Twitter using the hashtag #OneDegreeLive. At any time, just put your questions out there. Or if you have any comments or ideas, share them with us. Let's all make a conversation out of this. And last but not least, please let's stay in touch. This is my email. Have any ideas, questions, if you want me to come train your entire staff, just shoot us an email. We're one email away. All right. Thank you everyone for being here. We're gonna get started. I'm going to switch so you can see my screen instead of us. So a short goodbye from our faces. And I'll see you on the other side. Second. Share screen. Perfect. All right. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to start with my telling you a little bit about One Degree. One Degree is the easiest way to find thousands of community resources near you. So our mission is to empower people to create paths out of poverty for themselves and for their communities. We're a nonprofit, and our mission is simple. We're fighting poverty by empowering people. So the way that we're going about this is that we've built an online platform that is a place where everyone can find resources for anyone, anywhere, and anytime. So for example, a victim of domestic violence can come to our site and find a place to stay tonight, free legal aid to get a restraining order, job training, daycare, an outfit for an interview, and even a Zumba class near them in just one website, and have clear instructions about how to access all of these services. So far, more than 190,000 people have used One Degree to access their community services in the last 5 years. And this is just in the Bay Area. So it's a lot of people, and this is only going up. We already talked about what we're going to cover today. And now I'm going to switch to One Degree so I can actually show you the platform in person, well, in screen. So our URL is onedegree.org, the number onedegree.org. A quick reminder that our platform is available for anywhere you can use the internet. So from phones, smartphones, tablets, and computers, new computers, all computers. We test our platforms in all types of devices. So you can use it in the fanciest Apple computer or in the oldest public library computer. So this is how One Degree looks like. Once you come in, you choose your location. So we are in San Francisco, and you can even make this more specific. For example, Cheryl, what's the zip code in San Mateo County where your office is?
94065.
94065. Redwood City. There we go. That's the hometown of our colleague Herbert. So I've established that I'm in Redwood City. So from now, I can start browsing resources among all these different category of services. I'm going to go into one example just to talk to you about how we split 1 degree up. So I'm going to choose food. This is what we call our visual search. So I started with those icons at the beginning, or I can come here to new search and look at the icons. So we picked food, and now 1 degree is going to guide me into finding out specifically what type of service I'm looking. Within food, I'm looking for prepared meals, groceries, food delivery, nutrition. I can say, show me everything. Show me all the resources around food. Or I could have gone super specific and say, I'm looking for groceries. And I could say specifically food pantries or food stamps. And here I can also say, show me everything. Let me unclick this. I'll tell you about this in a second. So now 1 degree is showing me all of the opportunities for Redwood City around groceries. And it puts a pin near every little thing. So one thing that it's important to know that I want you to learn about before I dive into all of the features is that our entire website is organized into opportunities, organizations, and collections. So I wanted to use this example to show you what those mean, because you're going to hear me say opportunities and organizations and collections all day today. Well, not all day, the next hour. So this is what we mean by an opportunity. Get free groceries. It's a service or a program offered for a community by an organization. So we make it super straightforward. Get free groceries. Join a support group for single moms. Get free healthcare. We make it so straightforward that you never have to wonder, what can I get here? Well, you can get free groceries. So then we tell you what organization is offering that service. So we organize everything by opportunity, so you never have to wonder, what does Redwood City Catholic Worker offer? It could be job search resources. It could be religious things, because it says Catholic. I could never guess. So, or I have to read about it. So what we do is we flip things out, and we first tell you what the program of service is, like get free groceries. Then we tell you the organizations, in this case, Redwood City Catholic Worker. And then the third concept is what I was telling you, called a collection. A collection is like a folder where you would start keeping specific types of resources. So I can make collections by location, like my favorite resources in Redwood City, and I put everything in there from Zuba class to legal aid. Or I can make them by community. I can say resources for seniors, and I put every type of resource for seniors. Or I can make a combination, resources for seniors in Redwood City. I can make this as specific or as open-ended as I want. I'm going to talk about collections a little bit more later, but I just want you to hear what a concept means. So all of the 10,000 and plus opportunities and resources on 1 degree and community services are organized by opportunities, offered by organizations, and then organized within collections. The collections are made by you. You can decide as if this was your playlist, and you want to make a playlist for working out or a playlist from your favorites from the 70s. Just like that, you can organize the resources on 1 degree by collections. More about that coming up, but I just wanted to introduce you to those 3 concepts. All right, now that we learned about opportunities, organizations, and collections, I'm going to teach you how to do the different ways you can do searches on 1 degree. So we already covered via our example the visual search right here, when 1 degree walks me through all of the different categories and subcategories of services. The other way I could have gone about it is if I want something very specific, I can come up here to the search box and look for something specific, like job training. Job training. Perfect. So it's going to search for things near Redwood City. And here I can specify within how many miles. So I can say within 5 miles, within 10 miles, within 100 miles if it's something hard to find and I'm willing to travel. So based on what I said, I tell Wondergree right here on the top, Wondergree is going to show me results down here. So I can see the different red dots and see, okay, this is a career readiness program for adults age 55. Perfect. So I can get all of the results right here. I'm going to, Wondergree is going to show me opportunities, or I can also see if I'm used to organizations, I can just see all the organizations that are offering those opportunities. All right, so that's the second way you can do searches. I'm going to show you how to narrow all of these results down in a minute. The third way you can search for resources is by coming here to browse, and I can see all of those categories and subcategories from before at a glance. So this is great to see. It's like, okay, what kind of resources are here? Like within food, okay, there's all of this stuff. Health, oh, okay, there's all of this. Education, okay, there's this. Okay, great. So it's a great idea to have it's a great way to have an idea of what's out there. When I want something specific, I'll use the keywords up here. And when I want to just browse on a guided search, I use the visual search. All right, now that we've done that, we're going to do an example so I can show you how to narrow down resources. So let's say I put food in Cheryl's zip code in Redwood City. Search. And search. There we go. So now it's searching. Now, if you notice here, I have transitional age use checked here. So right here, I'm going to uncheck this because right here, all of this to the right are my filter tools, because right now there's 24 opportunities and I want to narrow it down. So we have all of these tools right here to narrow down results. So I can narrow down, for example, if I'm working with a monolingual Spanish-speaking family, I want to send them just somewhere that they're going to be able to be served in their language. So I can click here on Spanish, and this is going to narrow down to just opportunities that are offered in Spanish. And there we go. I narrowed down. I could have also narrowed down by community into, say, for example, if I'm looking resources specifically for seniors, I could click on seniors, and I'm going to look for services that are specifically catered for seniors. And then, so I can see, get help finding and applying for food resources, and this is specifically for seniors. If my results get narrowed down too much, I can always clear my filters and just see all of the options. Okay, so now it's a quick reminder that to make your life easier, Wondergree is going to remember what you had clicked. So next time I could do another search and I don't have to click my filters again. But if you're working with multiple clients that have we're going to need different filters, you can always just clear them. We have other filters like what counties, if there's services specific to certain counties, or if there's services that are specific for certain program enrollment, like for example, just for people who receive SSI and so on. So this is a great way to go from a big long list of results and to a narrowed down. Now I'm going to show you how to favorite some of these opportunities and how to make your collections. Oh, but before I forget, I want to show you what an opportunity looks like in the inside. So let's say I love this opportunity to get pantry items right near to where my client lives. So let's click there. This is what an opportunity looks like when I open it. I'm going to have a short description about it. Any qualifying information is going to be here. For example, this is specific for people age 18 and up. If it's free, if you must be homeless to get it, etc. If all of those pre-qualifying parameters are going to be here. And this now goes my favorite thing about Wondergree. We tell you what to do next. If you're interested in, it's very simple. We're going to tell you, call this number, see this person, email this organization. So you don't have to figure out, okay, what do I have to do? Call a number, get put on hold, send an email, spend half an hour only to figure out you don't qualify. So we want to make this as easy as possible because nobody has time. So what to do next? Call 650 to register. Then we're going to tell you information about the organization. what they're called, where they are, their phone number, hours of operation, addresses. You can even click here and get directions and find out what bus you need to get on to get there. Then you'll be able to see reviews. If anyone has left any reviews for this organization or for this opportunity, you're gonna see them right here, or you can write a review about your own experience. You can also leave a note. The note is different from the review in that it can be something that you write just privately for yourself. So if I decide to go here, I call and tell me, bring your social security card and proof of residence. So I make a note for myself, bring social security number, card, and proof of residence. And I can just make this a note just for myself, or I could make this something that my entire team could see. So right now it says 1 degree because I work at 1 degree, but for Cheryl, it will say San Mateo County. Or for my friend Audrey at the YMCA, it will say YMCA. So her teammates at the YMCA could see it. So I could say, FYI, we have a partnership here. As for Donna, she can help you out with a special treatment or anything like that. Or I can make this something for the public, for anyone that's looking at this opportunity. It's say, FYI, go on a Tuesday, it's always empty, or it's the best day to go. I can leave a note. The idea is just to empower one another with information that we have. All right, so that's how you submit your notes. You can always change your mind and say, you know what, this note is just for my team, change it to 1 degree, and so on. All right, so this is what an opportunity looks like. Now, let's say I love this. I went there, it was great. I love referring people here. I know they're a great place to go. So I can save it right here in this heart. So I never have to look for it from scratch again. So I can access it in 2 seconds. So I can click on here on my bookmarks, and that's kind of like my favorites. So if I save this into the my bookmark collection, it's going to always be right here on this left side into my bookmarks. Do you see? Get pantry items. So I can navigate away. I can go to my Gmail. I can close 1 degree, go home, have a shower, go on vacation, come back 3 months. And then when I come back to my 1 degree account, it's going to be right here into my bookmarks to get pantry items. Boom, 1 second. I didn't have to start from scratch. So the idea is that if you put, I don't know, 20 minutes of work into 1 degree, when you come back, you're gonna have that already done for you. You never have to start from scratch. So that's my bookmarks. It's always gonna be here in this panel to the left. By the way, you can hide and unhide this panel. So boom, 1 click, you're there. Now you can create other collections that are more specific. Like you see here, I have my bookmarks on one side, and then at the bottom I have my collection. So these are all the collections I've made through these years. So let's say I want to make a collection specifically about food resources. So I could say, get pantry items. I want to save this to my food collection. So I come here again into the heart. I know it's already on my favorites, but I want to put it in another collection. So I have one called job resources. That's not a resources for pregnant women in Boyle Heights. That's super specific. Natalia internship choices. Resources for immigrant families. I could put it there. Probably immigrant families would benefit from that. But I don't have any collections about food yet. So I'm going to teach you how to create your own collections. So I'm going to make this food options in Redwood City. I can put a description. This is my go-to opportunities. I can make the author myself. So right now I have as my name. I have to specify the zip code where these resources are located. Or I could have made it more broad and say San Mateo County too. County. So let me do it by county. I could just say San Mateo City, or I couldn't even say San Francisco Bay Area, make it super general. It's up to you. And then I can decide to make the author myself. Right now, my name is registered as your social worker, but I could change it. So I can change it back to Natalia Carrasco, which is my name. And then I can decide, just like with the note, if everyone could see this, if just my team at 1 degree could see it, or if just I can see it as private, or I can make it completely public so anyone who's looking for food resources near San Mateo could find it. Then I can continue adding resources and keep the list growing. And the great thing is that if this place ever changed their phone number or address, I don't have to keep track of that because OneDegree continuously updates their information. Okay, now that I show you how to find, filter, search, do your collections, I'm going to show you how to empower other people by sharing all this information. So you click here on share. When you're on any opportunity, you can share it via email, you can share it via text message, you can share it via Facebook, or you can just copy the link and put it anywhere you want. You can do that also with the collections you've built. For example, I have this big collection that I love called A Variety of Support Groups. If I want to share this with people, I can share this entire collection also via email, via text message, or via Facebook. I'm going to talk to you really quickly about some use cases. So how are people using all of these tools that I've shown you? So one of my favorite use cases of OneDegree tools is the building of an online resource guide. Everyone who's built a resource guide in their life has hated the process because it's a lot of work, and the minute it's built, it's out of date, right? So what if you could build one that updates itself and that you can continue adding and that you can share with one click and that is free and you never have to print and pay for? So that's what people are using OneDegree for. So for example, there is this organization called the Suitcase Clinic in Berkeley. Suitcase Clinic, here they are. This is their OneDegree profile. They offer medical, dental, and optometry services, but they're very trusted by the community in Berkeley. So we're always doing referrals to a variety of resources. So what they did is that they created a resource guide called the Suitcase Clinic Resource List. So this is a collection, and inside of the collections, there are mini collections. So you can create all the collections like I showed you, and then create another umbrella collections and put all of the collections in it. So here they have all their legal resources, health and medical resources, homeless services, dental care, and they just share this entire thing as their own online resource guide. It's always up to date. They never have to worry about updating it, and they can continue adding it. So that is one of the use cases. The other one that we have a lot of different organizations using is using OneDegree for team collaborations. We all have our go-to colleagues for certain resources. For example, let's go back to my example of a variety of support groups. Let's say I have a social worker in my team that knows all of the support groups out there in San Francisco. I can say, hey, why don't we work together and put in together a collection of a variety of support groups? Why don't you help me? I want to take your brain and put it into this collection so we don't have to bother you every 10 minutes asking you about stuff. So I can come here to manage collaborators and say, for example, right now, your social worker, which is what I changed my name to, but I'm not a social worker, disclaimer. It was just for an example. I'm the owner, right? So I can invite my colleague, Audrey. Let's say she's a social worker with all of the knowledge about support groups. I can invite her to be an editor. So I'd send her Audrey at onedegree.org. So I invite her to be a collaborator. So now she will be able to add all of the support groups that she knows about into my collection. So we're working on it together. And then we can continue collaborating with our team and say, I'm going to add all of our team. I want them to be able to see this whenever they need. So I'm going to add them as viewers. And I can just put here all of my colleagues' emails, Herbert at OneDegree, etc., etc. So that is just one of the many ways you can use OneDegree for team collaborations. And last, I want to show you about raising awareness about your organization. I know all of you are doing tremendous work to empower your communities here in California, and people should know about you. So let's say I work at Catholic Charities. If you see OneDegree, this is Catholic Charities profile. So 190,000 people are coming to this website and learning about what's out there. So we have here all of the opportunities offered by Catholic Charities: get locals individual couples counseling, get cash assistance, wellness support. If I work at Catholic Charities, I can use this to make sure all of my information is up to date and raise awareness. For example, if I know there's a service that we offer that is not here, I can click here into add opportunity, and then Wondery would guide me through the process, and 3 minutes later, I have my updated list right here. So the idea is that you don't have to worry about having a website and a website administrator or updating or IT or anything like that. Just come here, follow the steps. It's super easy, and you can just use it so people know what's your up-to-date phone number, address, and all of your services. These are just a couple of examples of how people are using Wondery. I'm going to show you one last thing before we switch into 5 minutes of questions. Tomorrow, May 5th, we're having another webinar about this new feature, so don't worry about this being super quick. We have just launched a new product called Wanda Referrals. We've been working with our pro members, which is all case managers, social workers, and we know it's really hard to keep track of the progress of the referrals we're making. So we have a tool called Wanda Referrals where you can have a list of your clients. These are all just examples. They're all, none of these are real cases. So I can have my client Tester McTest or his sister Testorina. And I can say, you need baby supplies and you need information and supplies to prepare for a baby. I can make a care plan, including affordable housing, free legal aid, anything that he or she may need, and then I can keep track, see if they access that service, update it. I can print the care plan so they can have it with all of the information, phone numbers, addresses, everything, and I can send it to them so they can also have it online if they're comfortable with using the internet. I can create referrals, I can track them, I can even do a warm handoff and notify agencies that I'm sending them certain clients. So if you're interested in this, join us tomorrow at noon. We're going to have a webinar just about this. We're going to send the link to everyone who participated into this webinar so you know where to go. All right. With that, I'm going to switch it to Q&A. Give me 1 second just to make sure. So, all right, we're back. Hello. We're ready for your questions. I have my colleague Audrey who's going to help me with listening your questions. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I have a touch screen, so I accidentally clicked on something. There we go. All right, Audrey, do we have any questions?
Yes, we have a couple. So the first is, are you available in the Bay Area only?
Oh, great question. We started in San Francisco, and now we're available in the whole Bay Area, all 9 counties. And as of next month, we're going to be available in LA County. So between you and I, you can already go into Wondery and search for LA resources. So we haven't officially announced we haven't officially launched yet, but you can start giving a test ride or a sneak peek of LA resources and tell us what you think. Also, don't forget, this is the hashtag for more questions. All right, other questions?
Are all of your services free?
Great question. Everything you find on Wondery is either free or heavily subsidized, and they're all offered by nonprofit organizations or government agencies. So there's no for-profit services listed on Wondery. It's a way to protect our community.
Great. We have another question about what are all the languages that are available on Wondery?
Great question. I skipped that, sorry. So our entire platform is available in English and Spanish. You can switch from English to Spanish without navigating away. Just look in the farther right corner and you can just click on, I think it's settings, and right there, Spanish, and you don't navigate away. So you can actually, for example, search for things in English if you're more comfortable. And then when you're ready to share it to your client, just do the sharing, switch to Spanish, click on this icon that's obvious for sharing, upper right corner, share it in Spanish, they get it in Spanish, and you may not even speak any Spanish at all, and you can help them. Our next language is going to be Chinese. We don't have a specific date for when we're going to be ready with it, but we're working on it.
Great. How does someone flag incorrect information?
Great question. So once you're in any opportunity on Wondery, there's an icon that says suggest edits. You can flag, edit, or add information. So you can tell us this is wrong. I don't know what the right answer is, but this is wrong. We'll fix it within 48 hours. You can add new information and we'll verify it, and then we'll be live. And you can also just, if you know what the correct information is, you can just tell us, edit everything right then and there. We will verify it, and then it'll be live on our website. So it's super easy for anyone to tell us, help us keep this up to date, in addition to our team who does this full time. All right, that was all the time we have. If you have any other questions, please send them to natalia@onedegree.org. Or if you have any ideas, if you want to request a training, let's be friends. Let's keep in touch. And tune in tomorrow for Wanda Referrals. It's a very exciting tool, and I cannot wait to show you all about it. Thank you, everyone, for participating. It's so nice to have an access to you and show you what Wanda is about. And I hope you start thinking, what is the best way you can use Wanda to empower your team and your clients and your community. Cheryl, thank you so much for being with us today. This is wonderful.
And thank you for sharing this wonderful tool. It's a great resource.
Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Please stay tuned. And thank you for being here, Cheryl. Bye.